Many breaking news today as we come on the air. Hi and very warm welcome at Amish Shackle 5858. I am Amish Shackle. Following news headlines have been reported by world major English news channels and news agencies. So please watch it.
Tonight, chaos at a cheerleading competition in Dallas. The panic at the Dallas Convention Center. Young girls in cheer uniforms and parents run for their lives.
I felt so helpless seeing little girls hiding and crying.
People inside told to evacuate. The massive emergency response, but no active shooter or major threat. What police are saying caused the scene. Scare in the skies. Flames shoot from the engine of this jet, forced to make an emergency landing, with the engine still on fire. The latest incident rattling air travelers. Fallout from that Oval Office clash. Ukrainian President Zelensky in London today to meet with European leaders. How his clash with President Trump could impact the war in Ukraine. What we're learning tonight about the Pentagon's plan to send thousands of U.S. troops to the border with Mexico. A hopeful update on the condition of Pope Francis tonight. We're at the Vatican. Spring break underway in Miami Beach, along with new measures to prevent violence. The plan to keep crowds under control this year. Hollywood gets ready for the Oscars as film industry workers recover from those devastating LA fires. And there's good news tonight about the life-saving power of baseball and friendship.
This is NBC Nightly News with...
Tonight, breaking news. Ukrainian President Zelensky now in London meeting with European leaders as the fallout from his confrontation in the Oval Office with President Trump intensifies. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo jumps back into politics in the race for New York City mayor. And we're here in Los Angeles with less than 24 hours until Oscars' big night. First, sources saying President Trump is considering ending support for Ukraine after that stunning blow-up in the Oval Office, as President Zelensky is welcomed by UK's Prime Minister ahead of a meeting with European leaders preparing to discuss the future of Ukraine. Nearly all showing their support for Zelensky. Europe's top diplomat saying the free world needs a new leader as Russia carries out more strikes in Ukraine. Team coverage tonight. 3 years after scandal forced him out of office, former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is back, announcing he's running for mayor of New York City, saying the city is in crisis. The White House orders 3,000 more active duty troops to the southern border, among them a Stryker Brigade combat team to join the thousands of soldiers and Marines already there, enhancing a national crackdown on immigration. The terrifying moments in the sky near a New York airport, flames bursting from the engine of a FedEx cargo jet. Overseas, the latest on Pope Francis, 2 weeks into the Holy Father's hospital stay as he battles pneumonia. A new twist in Drake's legal battle over the song Not Like Us. And the countdown to the 97th Oscars is on. We're live from Los Angeles, behind the scenes, a preview of the tight races and the musical acts set to perform.
From ABC News, this is World News Tonight. Reporting tonight from Los Angeles. Good.
Tonight, the blow-up between the U.S. and Ukraine reverberates around the world.
No, you've done a lot of talking.
Europe rallies to Zelensky's defense after the Oval Office smackdown.
We start with Ukraine.
As Ukraine reels, fearing what's next.
Amipya's time in Kyiv, where Ukrainians fear that dust-up at the White House only gives Vladimir Putin new ammunition.
In Florida, the president heads out to golf. The VP in Vermont to ski, but protesters turning out to give him the cold shoulder.
United will never be defeated.
Flame emitting from the engine.
Also tonight, emergency landing.
I'm Allie Bauman in Newark, New Jersey, where a FedEx cargo jet landed today with an engine on fire.
Plus, Vatican vigil.
I'm Seth Doan in Rome. The faithful continue to pray for their Pope. We'll have more on his condition.
Mysterious deaths.
I'm Tom Hansen in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where the search for clues intensifies as carbon monoxide poisoning is ruled out in the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife.
Weather whiplash. Forget spring. Brace for a big chill. And later, it's a winter wonderland. We head to Illinois, where 10 degrees is perfect for these adventure seekers.
We constantly dislodge small chunks of ice.
And they're doing this just for fun.
This is the CBS Weekend News.
Jimmy Fallon, the host of the show. What I was going to recommend is driving a taxi as a side gig, because that is how I started. My only prerequisite is, if you ever see Judge Janine hailing you, do not stop the car. You're like a bad third base coach.
Yeah,
Go! I'm like, Judge, the catcher already has the ball.
Yeah, all right.
Knock him over.
No, I want to drive.
You can't drive
I am
here.
driving.
No, don't do it.
I'm getting out of this
I
car.
don't want you to get out. You're going to be
getting
stuck
out
on
of
the
this
street.
car.
You're going to be stuck on
I'm
the
getting
street.
out of this car.
I don't know what to tell you guys.
So, get
What am
out
I
of
going
the
to do,
car.
fight her in the street?
How far am I from the scene? Where's Drive?
Yep. Oh, I feel good already. Where is Drive? Judge, don't hit him. Don't do it.
How do I look?
I think you look great. You look like $1 million.
Yeah. All right, shut up. Okay, now, here we go.
The judge has taken over.
Okay.
Folks,
Just to let everybody know I'm here.
any cabbie can have a backseat driver.
Yep, that's right.
I wound up with a front seat driver.
Listen, can I drive around this guy?
No, you can't drive around
I
this
can't.
guy.
Watch.
Behave. Don't do it, Judge.
Where are
There's
we going?
people on bicycles. Where are we going? To jail.
Does this thing?
Yes, and you only killed one bicyclist.
Yeah, okay.
And he had it coming. Look at this.
I can't tell what street I'm on and drive.
You're on 60. All right, you're on Madison and 61st. So what I would
Get out of
advise.
my way.
No, wait.
All right, this isn't so bad. I'd like to drive that bus.
Well, I don't know that he's going to let you at the next light. I think you have more pull with me.
Get out of my way, Gabby.
All right, so maybe this block. Be nice. Be nice.
No, I don't want to be nice.
You're going to make.
This guy's in the way.
Do you want to go one more block? You
No,
don't
I
try
gotta
to follow
go
him.
with
He's going to
this
hit
guy.
you. No, he's going to hit you, Judge. No, you're fine.
I've got to go. Just.
You'll be okay. You'll be okay. You got
I
the
did
shot.
good.
Yeah, you did great.
Okay.
Other than the fact that I'm going to have to fight this guy at the next light.
You want me
It's
to
all
get
right.
the finger too?
Yeah, I think
Okay,
you.
that.
On this Saturday night, the fallout from a disastrous Oval Office meeting.
You don't have the cards. You're buried there.
The president of Ukraine now in the UK,
You have full backing across the United Kingdom.
as shockwaves from that fiery exchange with Trump continue to be felt around the world.
That was atrocious behavior.
The historic deal to protect nature. The billions in funding which will now flow for biodiversity. And the party that's keeping Montrealers up all night. How Nuit Blanche is set to illuminate arts and culture across the city.
Global National. Reporting tonight, Carolyn Jarvis. French Connections Plus on France 24 and France24.com.
Those of you just joining us, welcome to Daybreak on France 24. I'm Alexander Rocott. These are the top stories this hour. The UK pledges a massive military aid boost for Ukraine as it hosts President Zelensky on the eve of a summit involving European leaders and NATO. The show of support following his fallout with Donald Trump. Israel backs a US proposed Gaza ceasefire extension through to mid-April, covering the period of Ramadan and Passover, though cessation is so far rejected by Hamas. And as the Buenos Aires Carnival reaches its grand finale, Argentina's LGBT community uses it as an opportunity to speak out at what they see as President Milei's discriminatory policies. news here on France 24. We begin with the latest on the ground in Ukraine, where the Defense Ministry says more than 150 Russian drones were launched overnight, with over 100 of those intercepted. The authorities did, though, in Odessa report 1 fatality and 3 wounded, while more injuries were also declared in Kharkiv and Kherson. Clearly, those fighting on the front lines are following the recent fallout between Kiev and Washington. Here are some of their comments.
The Finance Minister, on demand at cna.asia.
This is Asia Now.
Hello, it's 2 p.m. in Singapore and Hong Kong, 12:30 in New Delhi, and 2 o'clock in Jakarta. I'm Angela Lin. At this hour, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky pens a deal with British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, the day after his public heated exchange with U.S. leader Donald Trump at the White House. Israel backs a U.S. proposal to temporarily extend the truce in Gaza during Ramadan and Passover. The first phase of the ceasefire deal ended yesterday, but Israel and Hamas remain at odds over the next steps. And thousands more ordered to evacuate in northeastern Japan as firefighters battle the country's worst wildfire in more than 30 years. Only on GB News. Good morning. Is it crunch time for Ukraine as European leaders gather today in London?
President Zelensky receives a warm welcome from Sir Keir Starmer at Downing Street,
as the UK announces over £2 billion worth of funding for Ukraine.
Achieve what we both want to achieve, which is a lasting peace for Ukraine based on sovereignty and security for Ukraine.
But it follows what's been described as a catastrophic meeting at the White House on Friday between Presidents Trump and Zelensky. But can the US and Ukraine mend their relationship? And what does this all mean for the future of NATO?
And of course then there's the matter of President Trump's second state visit. Should it be recalled now? President Zelensky is going to meet the King later this afternoon in Sandringham.
Rail fares to rise in England and Wales from today. Find out later how much more you could be spending on train travel.
And police say they're going to crack down on farmers at Tuesday's protest because they're being told to leave their tractors at home.
And British Music's Night of Nights, the Brit Awards, Charlie XCX, Sam Fender and Stormzy were the big winners, and celebs made a splash on the red carpet.
And then we're off to Hollywood because preparations are getting underway for the 97th Academy Awards. I wonder if your favourite film has been nominated. Do you even know the names of the films that have been nominated? Well, I never do. Get in touch to let us know.
And I'm looking forward to this one. A hero firefighter who attended the Grenfell Tower fire retires after 12 years of service. This is a dog, by the way. We are meeting Sherlock, who's a working Cocker Spaniel, and he's been working for the London Fire Brigade.
It was an afternoon of on-pitch flashpoints during the FA Cup fifth round, with disciplinary controversies overshadowing the ties at Crystal Palace, Bournemouth and Preston. And we'll find out how Rugby League Las Vegas played out in Sin City.
Good morning. The sun will once again be shining for some of us. Find out where with me a little later on.
It's just gone at 7:02. I'm Cameron Walker.
And I'm Anne Diamond, and this is GB News Breakfast. Today, Volodymyr Zelensky embraced and supported by his opposite number in the UK after a fiery encounter with Donald Trump.
As you heard from the cheers on the street outside, you have full backing across the United Kingdom.
Labour promises 50 new clinics and $650 million for Medicare urgent care if re-elected.
And if we're re-elected, we'll deliver another 50 on top of that.
East Coast communities prepare for heavy rain and gale force winds, with warnings tropical cyclone Alfred will likely turn back towards land. And in Las Vegas, the Raiders run riot over the Warriors in the NRL season opener. Hello, welcome to ABC News. I'm Lorna Dunkley. Britain will provide...
Africa News. The news.
Spain's economy outpaced all of Europe and the US in 2024, fueled by an influx of foreign workers. The government now plans to regularize nearly 1 million more workers, which is a stark contrast to US policies on foreign labor. Here in Grisona, it feels like living in a house with people from different countries. And that's a good thing, because you get to meet people from other cultures and backgrounds. There's always something new to learn, and someone more knowledgeable than you. It's really great. I feel at home. As the month of Ramadan approaches, markets are getting busy. Certain sweet foods like shubakia are needed for breaking the fast after sunset, with the iftar meal, and for the last meal before sunrise, known as suhoor. Croissants, breads, dates and nuts are also in high demand at this time of year. We try to increase the workforce and working hours, and we also try to offer new and different products. We offer all the food needed for when it comes to breaking the fast during Ramadan. As bakeries prepare for the increased demand, the community is also focusing on...
Thank you very much for giving time to Amir Shackle 5858. I am Amir Shackle. Have a good life. Bye-bye.